Hello everyone, so here's today's arithmetic. So I think you'll be able to do questions 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 independently. So question 6, 8.1 subtract 0.001. So it's important that your decimal points are lined up. So 0.001, placeholders in. So 0 subtract 1 you can't do, so you need to exchange. So you can't exchange from this column, so you need to go to the next one. So now cross off the 10, that becomes a 9, and then this is 10. 10 subtract 1 is 9, and so on. Question 7. 7,231 subtract 487. So 1 subtract 7 you can't do, so exchange. 11 subtract 7 is 4, and carry on the calculation. Question 8. 390,822 subtract 78,457. So it's really important that all the digits are all lined up in the correct column. 2 subtract 7 you can't do, so exchange. 12 subtract 7, put your answer there and continue. Question 9. 8,100 divided by 900. Well, this calculation is exactly the same as doing 81 divided by 9. And the reason for that is because I've made 8,100 100 times smaller, and I've made the 900 100 times smaller. So 81 divided by 9 is what you tell me, count in 9s to 81. Question 10. 457 divided by 10. So place value grid, 457, there's the decimal point in a whole number, divide it by 10, so move the digits one place on the place value grid. So move the 7 to here, put your decimal point in, move the 5, move the 4, move the digits one place smaller. Because you're dividing by 10, you're making the number 10 times smaller. Or here's the decimal point, move the decimal point in one place to make 457 10 times smaller. Question 11. 53.2 subtract 8.45. So you have to make sure the 8 is in the ones column, make sure the decimal point is lined up. For 5, placeholder there, and begin to subtract. So 0 subtract 5 you can't do, so exchange. 10 subtract 5 is 5, and continue. Question 12. 9/10 subtract 5/6. So here you need to find the common factor, because when you are subtracting fractions, you have to make sure the denominators are the same. So in this case, the common factor is 60. So what do I do to 10? To find the equivalent fraction in 60ths, I multiply it by 6. If I multiply the denominator by 6, I have to multiply the numerator by 6. 9 times 6 is 54. Subtract. What do I do to 6? To find the equivalent fraction in 60ths, I times it by 10. Times the numerator by 10, so 5 times 10 is 50. 54 subtract 50 is what? How many 60ths? Question 13. 2,504 subtract 62. Not subtract, multiply. So here, cover up the 6. You need to make sure you do 4 times 2, 0 times 2, 5 times 2, 2 times 2 here. Then cover up the 2, and then do 4 times 6, 0 times 6, 5 times 6, 2 times 6. But remembering that you're not actually multiplying it by 6, you're multiplying it by 60, which is why you need your 0 here. So 4 times 6, 0 times 6, 5 times 6, 2 times 6 here, and then add them together. Question 14. 3,854 divided by 47. So how many 47s are in 3,854? So you need to do your starburst here. So 1 47 is 47, 2 47s, 7 times 2 is 14, 4 times 2 is 8, add the 1 is 9, so 94. 10 times 47, well, you know that 1 47 is 47, so 10 times 47 is 470. 20 47s is 940. 100 47s is 4,700. In fact, that's too big, so you don't need 100 47s. What else would be helpful? Possibly 5 47s, so half of 10 47s. So half of 470, how many 2's are in 4 is 2. How many 2's are in 7 is, well, 3 times 2 is 6, remainder 1. How many 2's are in 10 is 5, so 235. Okay, now we've got our starburst, we can begin. What else would be helpful here? I'm just thinking that these numbers aren't big enough. How about we do 50 47s? So 5 47s is 235, so 50 47s is 2,350. That's a nice big number to start with. So 2,350. So that's 50 lots of 47. 4 subtract 0 is 4, 5 subtract 5 is 0, 8 subtract 3 is 5, 3 subtract 2 is 1. So now I've got 1,540 left. Okay, so what have we got now? Let's subtract 20 lots of 47. So subtract 940. 4 subtract 0 is 4, 0 subtract 4 you can't do, so exchange. 10 subtract 4 is 6, 4 subtract 9 you can't do, so 14 subtract 9 is 5. So I've got 564 left. Let's subtract 10 groups of 47. 4 subtract 0 is 4, 6 subtract 7 you can't do, so exchange. 16 subtract 7 is 9. Oh, that's handy. So 2 47s is 94 and you've got nothing left. So how many groups of 47 have we got? 50, 60, 70, 82. So the answer is 82. Nearly there. Question 15. A half times 7/8. Remember that times means of and often means times, so you're finding out a half of 7/8. So to find out a half of 7/8, you times the numerator together. So 1 times 7 is what? And times the denominators together. 2 times 8 is what? So question 16. 5/8 divided by 3. So here you need to apply KFC because we're dividing fractions. So we keep, so K is keep the first fraction, 5/8. F is flip the second fraction, so 1/3. And C is change the operation. Now we're multiplying. Now we can just multiply the numerators together, multiply the denominators together. Question 17, 9.11 times 3. So 1 times 3, 1 times 3 again, decimal point in, 9 times 3, write your answer there. Or another way of doing it, how we've done it at school, is 9.11 times 3. I've jumped the decimal point out 2 times, so 2 decimal places. So I've jumped out two places. By doing that, we're making the number 100 times bigger. When we finish the calculation at the end, we're going to make the number 100 times smaller by jumping the decimal point in 2 places again. So 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 3 is 3, 9 times 3 is 27. Now jump the decimal point in 2 places, 1, 2. So at the beginning we made the number 100 times bigger. Now we're making the number 100 times smaller. Well done. Last question. Question 18. 65% of 593. So 100% is 593. What is 10%? So making this number 10 times smaller, so dividing it by 10, move the decimal point in 1 place, so 59.3. Make it 10 times smaller again to find out 1%. So make it 10 times smaller again, or dividing it by 10 again, 5.93. So 65%. We know that 10% is 59.3. So 60% will be 6 times that number. So 3 times 6 is 18, decimal point in the correct place. 9 times 6 is 54, add the 1 is 55. 5 times 6 is 30, add the 5 is 35. So that there is 60%. Now we need to work out what 5% is. So to work out 5%, we can either half the 10%, or we could get the 1% and times it by 5. So I'm going to halve the 10%, so dividing it by 2, so 59.3. How many 2's are in 5? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, remainder 1. How many 2's are in 19? Well, I know that 9 2's are 18. So 9 2's are 18, remainder 1. How many 2's, oh, decimal point, remember. How many 2's are in 13? Well, I know that 6 2's are 12, remainder 1. So you need to put your 0 in, remainder 1. How many 2's are in 10? Is 5. So this here, 355.8 is 60%, and this is 5%. Make sure your decimal points line up. So 29.65, put your placeholder in, add them together, and there's your 65%. Well done everybody, great job.